What's good, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, what it do? So we's back again with another episode of Solo Diaries. For today's topic, I want to discuss something that the Lord has been speaking to me about for really the past few months. And that topic is that God did not create us to go through life or go through this walk with Him alone. I know I do a lot of solo content on this channel, and it's not just for clout or just for content. Like, this is my real life for real. I spend a good portion of my time alone for a number of reasons, my job being one, of course, and it's just something that I've been comfortable with since a really young age. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely do have family and friends. I got friends I've known since elementary. That's the fam. But I'm saying on average, I spend a lot of time with just me. And I know that I make being solo look easy, traveling, going places, all that. But trust and believe, it's not always easy. And the more that I grow on this walk with Christ, the more I'm realizing, the more God is opening my eyes to the fact of God called us to be in community with other people. And the verses that I'm going off of today is Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 through 11. So it says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up. Again, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one be warm alone? Okay, so boom. Just a quick story time. Last week I had plans to go over my friend Kiana's house so she could teach me how to cook Cajun pasta. Y'all already know Kiana if y'all watch my Atlanta vlog. That's my best friend. She be throwing down in the kitchen. Y'all already know. She had made them pork chops, mashed potatoes, green beans. I said, ooh, don't play with it. But yeah, so I be going over her crib, from time to time, spending time. We be cooking, watching movies, all of that. But this particular day, I was just really going through it. The warfare was warfaring. It was a lot going on. I would say, I just been taking back-to-back lessons, because we don't take L's over here, okay? Not in the kingdom. We just take lessons only. And one thing about me, whenever I'm going through it, I typically tend to isolate and shrink into myself, or just take it to God, rather than open up and tell people my problems. Even though I do consider Kiana my best friend, she even know that I tend to hold back what I'm feeling, and she can read that real quick. So this particular day, I was on the phone with her, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just not feeling my best today. It's a lot going on. And she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, it's nothing really. It's cool. Whoop. And then she said something to me. She said, how am I supposed to help you? You never fully express your feelings to me. And instantly in that moment, every single person that has ever said that to me played back in my head. Y'all, what I've learned is that it's a thin line between isolation and pride. I'm gonna be honest, pride is a sin that I've struggled with for a very long time. I used to have this mindset of I don't need nobody, I'm gonna stay out the way, just stack my bread, mind my business. And even when I gave my life to God, I feel like, if anything, my pride might have grown even more, because I told myself, all right, bet, all I need is God. I don't really need nobody else. I think this is for a number of reasons, actually. One probably being that I'm a spitting image of my dad, because he the exact same way, real out the way, don't say much, workaholic, and yeah, that's it. Definitely just more observant than expressive. And then my mom is the super expressive one. I actually consider her my best friend too. She could talk to me for hours, nonstop, and I just be listening, taking it all in. Of course I do talk back, but I really just enjoy being able to be a listening ear. And I noticed that's how a lot of my relationships with people work. Everybody that I'm super close to, they're usually always the super expressive one, and I'm the one that's more chill, laid back, attentive. I found that it's easy for me to be there for others and encourage them and pour into them. This channel, for example, the way that I be speaking to y'all is really nothing but the power of the Holy Spirit. It be flowing, because on average, normal, every day, I really J vibe, but when the Lord places a a certain calling on your life, he will force you to open your mouth. So YouTube is something that I'm called to do. I enjoy encouraging others, but when it comes to people trying to be there for me and encourage me, I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, it'd be kind of hard to accept. And then another reason you could be isolating yourself could be from past hurt with family members, relationships, friendships. If you've ever been done dirty in the past, I've had friends in the past that I loved to death. I never thought they would do me like that, but they definitely did me like that, or they end up switching up. So friendship trauma is just as real as relationship trauma. It's just not talked about as much. But yeah, after being hurt by others in the past, it can be easy to slip into the mindset of, all right, bet, I don't need nobody then. I'm gonna just stay to myself. So if you're someone that struggles with isolation and expressing yourself to others, then you have to find the root of that. Because even Jesus, when he came down to this earth, he wasn't alone. Of course, he had moments where he would go off away from the multitudes and pray, but he also had his disciples, people he considered friends, that help him to carry out his purpose while he was here. So it's like, if Jesus wasn't alone while here on the earth, then what makes you think it's okay for you to be isolated? There are people that the Lord has assigned to your destiny, kingdom connections. Nobody enters the best version of themselves by themselves. Even millionaires, how you think they got to where they are? Through networking, learning from others, from people who are already where they wanted to be in certain areas. Iron sharpens iron. You can't desire to reach your next level and be all that God has called you to be without being able to commune with other people. Yes, God does call us into seasons of isolation, but those seasons are not permanent. If you're constantly in a mindset of all I got is myself, that is a lie from the enemy. You have to find the root of that and then ask God to change your heart, change your mindset, so that you can receive the people that God sends to you to help you get to your destination. It's a thin line between saying, I don't need nobody, God got me, and operating in pride. It's a very thin line. And God will put you in situations that humble you to where you realize, like, dang, I really do have to open up to people, or wow, I really can't do this task by myself. The key to successful community is finding the right people. Remember, iron sharpens iron. So I'm not saying just commune with everybody, low vibrational people or people that's on a different type of time than you. Definitely not. But rather someone that can encourage you, build you up. Y'all chasing God together. Y'all bouncing ideas off each other. Y'all got similar mindsets, or they're teaching you something and you're a student. That's the kind of people that I'm talking about. So yeah, 2 people is better than 1, you guys. Don't forget, isolation is only for a season. So yeah, I just wanted to share that lesson that I've been learning lately, something that God has really been drilling into my spirit. Y'all comment down below if you've ever struggled with isolating yourself during really tough times, and then pray and ask God to help you change your heart, change your mindset. I love you guys so much. I have more flight attendant content on the way, so y'all stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see y'all in my next video.